Welcome. And thank you everybody for joining us here at CSL Dallas. Whether you're watching us across the globe or you're joining us here on campus, we want to say thank you for being with us today. And every day is a day of transformation, spiritual deepening, and heart connection, no matter what's going on. Every day we learn and practice something important that makes a difference. We love that you are on this journey with us and helping us to paint a new picture for 2022. Now, let's celebrate with the CSL Dallas music team as they set the tone for our time here together.
If you would stand and sing with us.
What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. What's your gospel gonna be? gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me.
Blaming those who knock me down, giving thanks for being around. Oh, stuck in stories I have told, I'm letting go of the old. Yeah.
What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. Blessed moments of my shame, or making dust out of my pain. Coming waters I have stormed, I walk where love has been born. What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. Now I never ask myself, rush right in when you cry for help. I give my gifts and I share my will. Am I willing to forgive myself? What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. Gotta write a new one for me. Gotta write a new one for me.
Yay, good morning, good morning. I'm Dr. Petra Weldis, and I am your platform assistant today. And, you know, I want to speak to the band for a moment. Gosh, I wish you guys would have more fun. It's awesome. We love it. Okay, so I'm serious now. Okay, so welcome to CSL Dallas, whether you're with us online or whether you're with us here on campus. We love being together. We love being in community together. We love being on our Step Out in Faith program together and to continue to paint a new picture. So wherever you are with us, we'd love to have you check in, whether you're here on campus, whether you're online, please check in. You can type into the chat where you're watching us from. You can give us a review out on Facebook or on Google. We'd love to have you help us let other people know about CSL Dallas, because they're looking for it just like you did at some point in time. So we'd like to then remember what it is that we're here for, what it is that we're doing, why does CSL Dallas exist. So if you would say our purpose statement with me: we are radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives. And we need it today as much as we've ever needed it, right? So that brings us to a consciousness-raising opportunity that we have. As you may know, one of our strategic alliances is with Faith Forward Dallas. And they have a racial equity challenge going on in Dallas. It actually started yesterday, but you can still jump in to be involved. What that means is that every day you're going to get an email regarding things that you can do yourself about the healing of the racial inequities in Dallas and in our nation. There's also opportunities for weekly online discussions about the topic and some of the ideas that you received on email. So you can register today. You may have gotten a flyer as you walked in if you hadn't gotten one before. And there's a link in your chat with a QR code that you can sign up, and you'll be put right into their challenge. We'd love to be love, and we'd love to continually add our consciousness to the raising of consciousness. So speaking of the raising of consciousness, we have an incredible class coming up in April, starts on April 11th. It's called Building a Healing Consciousness. Now, we spend a lot of time talking about manifesting individual items or things or experiences or a deeper awareness of the presence. But ultimately, what we want to do is build a healing consciousness, which is the walking around in the world with as healed a consciousness as we can get, recognizing that as we do so, we are a healing presence. So this is an amazing, really deep and powerful class. Sherry Wood, one of our practitioners, is facilitating it. And if you ever want to be in a healing consciousness, in the presence of a healing consciousness, take this class. Just to be in the presence of a practitioner who's been practicing for so long. And you'll see what it looks like and feels like. Don't miss out. We also want to invite you to be part of a powerful ritual and our first community meal together, which will be the metaphysical and contemporary interpretation of the Jewish Seder dinner. Really powerful opportunity for us to be together. I cannot tell you how amazing it is to break bread. We use the Haggadah, which is what we use at the Seder, and Lainey Bernstein, and I see Brenda's in here, and we have a number of our Jewish folks that will be helping us with the Hebrew prayers. But this is for everybody, including the kids. And it's really an extraordinary opportunity to speak about exactly what our song said. Are we going to live in bondage, or are we going to live free? That's the entire point of the Seder dinner, is to speak about that. And of course, we speak about that from a metaphysical point of view, and what keeps us in bondage, and how we free ourselves. It's a powerful evening. Please join us. As all Jewish High Holy Days, there are tickets. You can buy your tickets online. There's a link that Ryan is putting into the chat for you. There are tickets, and they are $25 for an adult. Children up to 12 are $7. No, sorry. Children, yes, up to 12 are $7. So adults is 12 and older. And then we have $5 for childcare for 3 and under. So the littlest ones, you know, they don't have to sit at the table for that long. But the 12-year-olds, the 7 to 12-year-olds, there are activities during the Seder dinner, especially for the children. And so we really want the whole family to come. Invite your family, your friends and family. This is not about being Jewish. This is about having the Jewish experience of finding a way out of bondage into true freedom. So please do join us for our first community meal together. Also, you should have received a text and an email regarding ways to support the people of Ukraine. As you know, that we have a work in Ukraine. And so you should have received a text and the email that tells you how you can donate. The donations go directly through Centers for Spiritual Living, and it goes directly to the people in Centers for Spiritual Living in Ukraine, of which there are dozens of people that work the program. There are almost 200 teachers and 5,000 students, along with their families. And so the money will go directly, 100% of the money that you donate will go directly to them. We got the story last Sunday of the administrator of the CSL program there, that she had put her 4 kids, ages 3 to 15, into a car. And she'd driven as close to the border as she could, and then she got out and she walked. That's who you're supporting. There is a noon peace meditation going on every day. Reverend Beth Liguri, who is the spiritual director of the work in Geneva, Switzerland, and she's hosting a noon prayer. That information was in your email that you received. And Barbara Legere is hosting a Friday Facebook peace talk. All of that information was in an email that you received. If you didn't get it in your inbox, please check your junk or spam and pull it out. If you are not receiving emails or texts, you can sign up on our website, or you can send something to info@CSLDallas, because we really want to participate, bring our spiritual principles and practices to bear, give of our time, treasure, and support in so many different ways. And we don't want you to miss out on being a part of raising consciousness and painting a new picture. And so let us begin now, as we go deeper into our celebration today, to just sink in to the fact that you are love.
The peace that you want to see, be joy and be harmony, hold light for those who do not see, have faith for those who don't believe, be all you want to see. For you are love. Be the peace that you want to see. Be joy and be harmony. Hold light for those who do not see, have faith for those who don't believe, be all you want to see, for you are love.
Breathe with me. Breathe in the love. Breathe in the peace. Breathe in the joy. And let my words be your words today. For I know that I am love. That divine consciousness that exists everywhere in everything includes me. Includes you. We are love. And as I feel that love move in and through every single cell in my body, every single molecule of air, every single particle, plant, animal, and human being on this planet, what I know is this love is ever consistent, ever available, ever true, immediate, here, now, for everyone and everything. And so as I experience this and know that this is true, I extend this love. I extend it to those who do not see. I extend it to those experiencing challenge and pain and fear, because I know that the love is the truth. The love is the truth. The love is the truth. And I know that we are here blessed, filled with peace and joy and goodness. And we affirm this together by saying, and so it is.
Be the peace that you want to see. Be joy and be harmony. Hold light for those who do not see. Have faith for those who don't believe. Be all you want to see. For you are love. For we are love. Be the we are love. For I am love. For I am love. For you are love. For you are love.
1, 2, ready.
You say unprecedented, I say a new way to be. It's time to leave the darkness and light humanity. A brush in hand, a canvas on a stand, with every color of the one. We'll paint love's creation, find what's holding us back, so we can break free. Because what wants to happen needs every bit of me. I'll feel afraid and do it anyway. There are no wrong choices, so lift up your voices. Step into the light of the Spirit. It's calling us and leading us. Step into the light of the Spirit. It's living us and breathing us. Let's leave behind our comforts. Let's go shake things up. We know the mess is sacred, and the outcome is love. Consciously and deliberately, we can paint life's rebirth. It's a masterpiece on earth. Step into the light of the Spirit. It's pulling us. It's asking us to be into the light of the Spirit. It's holding us the light of the Spirit. We're waking up in love and trust. Stepped into the light of the Spirit. It's living us and breathing us. You say unprecedented, I say a new way to be.
Do we all have an F major 7 on this chart?
So this song is called What Else Can I Do from the movie Encanto. And it was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and God love him, he just really packs a lot of words into a song. And I got the call that I was singing this Wednesday. So say a little prayer for me.
Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready.
I just made something unexpected, something sharp, something new. It's not symmetrical or perfect, but it's beautiful and it's mine. What else can I do? What else can I do? I grow rows and rows of roses, Flor de Mayo, for the mile. I make perfect practice poses, so much hides behind my smile. What would I do if I just grew what I was feeling in the moment? What would I do if I just knew it didn't need to be perfect? It just needed to be, and they let me be a hurricane of jacarandas, strangling figs, hanging vines. Palma de Cera fills the air as I climb and I push through. What else can I do? Can I deliver us a river of sundew? Careful, it's carnivorous, or little just won't do. I want to feel the shiver of something new. I'm so sick of pretty, I want something true, don't you? It just seems like my life's been a dream since the moment I opened my eyes. All I know are the blossoms I grow, but it's awesome to see how I rise. How far can I rise? Through the roof to the skies, let's go. A hurricane of jacarandas, strangling figs, hanging vines. Palma de Cera fills the air as I climb and I push through. What else would I would do if I was truly, madly, deeply in the moment? What would I do if who I wanted to be wasn't perfect, needed to be? And I'm in through it, booyah, making waves, changing minds. Your nerves clearer 'cause you're here and I owe this all to you. What else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do?
Figured out the trick.
What else could I do if I didn't think I had to do it right? What else could I do? What else could I do if I didn't have this amazing music team? Thank you, Kirby and Matt and Jonathan and Lainey and Faye and Val. Oh my goodness, so much. We're going the wrong way, let's go this way. So much we could do if we didn't think we had to do it the right way. On the other hand, we're always doing everything the right way, the best way, the only way we could do it, because there is no right way. Take a deep breath. There is no one right way. There is Petra's way. There is Jonathan's way. There is Tom's way. There is Terry's way. There is no one single right way. Get over it. And so it is. So there is no right way. So if you're able, please stand up. And if you're not able, dance in your chair, because we are going to have a 30-second dance party. Are you ready? Let's do this.
30-second dance party.
Including you all online. I don't see you dancing. Oh, there you go. Seconds. There is no right way to dance. Dance is freeing. Dance allows you to move and breathe. And even if you're sitting still, you can dance like this. Move your foot. Now, who in here, be honest with me, and you two online, I can see you. When I said 30-second dance party, or you saw the slide, who had that message? Ooh, I don't dance. One honest person in the room. Or I don't dance well. Or, ooh, I better look around and see how this person down the aisle or the row from me dances before I embarrass myself. There is no single right way. Get over yourself. So if you are within the sound of my voice and you know that you are an artist, please stand. Woo, in the room. And online, I see you all standing, at least in my imagination. So let me look out here. So the way that Vanessa is an artist is not going to be the way that Terry is an artist, who is our Artist of the Month, by the way. Go over to Pinky Hall and buy her art. Enjoy her art and buy her art. And the way that Jerry is an artist is probably not the same way that Kirby is an artist. And some of the ways we are artists are visible to us. Some of them are not. So you can sit down. Who in the room is under the age of 40? Yes, yes, yes. Give them an applause. And if you are under the age of 40 and you're online, you better be standing too. There's no right way to go through your 20s. Sorry. There's no right way to be 39, your last year before you're 40. There's just no one right way. Who are my women of color in the room? Just stand up, and online. Stand up like, ooh, yes, right? Women of color represent different nationalities, different age groups, different experiences. There is no right way to show up at CSLDallas or anywhere in the world where you're like, this is the right way to be a woman of color. I don't know. We all might want to follow JL's example, but you know, in general, there's not one right way. Who in the sound of my voice is a grandparent? Stand or raise your hand. Yeah. And online, I see a lot of you. I feel your energy. Grandparenting is cool, right? Oh, right? We love our grandkids. Now, who that I can see knows that their way of being a grandparent is the right way to be a grandparent? Oh, you can all raise your hand, right? It's like, my way is the best way of being a grandparent to my grandchildren. So great, thanks. Do you get the point? There's no right way. And we spend so much time trying to adapt, trying to follow some pattern, trying to squeeze ourselves into this little tiny space that the media or some teacher or some parent or some friend or some child has told us that's the way we are supposed to do it. We are in the process in this 6-week period of committing to paint a new picture. And that might be a piece of art that we hang on a wall, but for most of us, it's not. Our lives are the picture, and each one of us has been given specific gifts and talents and ways of thinking so that we can contribute that into the world. I go to scripture at this point and remember that in Romans, I love this scripture. Having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, let us use them according to our faith. Now, if you are familiar with the Bible, this scripture actually talks about if you have been sent here to prophesy, then prophesy according to your faith. But it is not saying this specific dogma or these specific rules. Use the gifts and talents you have been given according to your faith in your ability to express them, your willingness to live into that talent, knowing it is the way that Constance has been designed, not the way that Carol has been designed, and to do that with complete commitment. I was going to say complete abandon, but I think it's not abandon, it's commitment. I recognize what my gifts and talents are, and even if that is simply that I have a great smile and I make people feel comfortable, then I apply that. I use that according to my faith in my ability to make a difference in the world, to bring my smile forward. So having gifts that differ according to the grace given us, that each one of us has a unique combination of spiritual and physical qualities and attributes, and each one of us is unique, and each one of us has something to contribute into the world. That is what we are to do. And so the way that one person does it really has no bearing on the way the next person does it. And in Matthew, there's scripture that says, that is in the parable of the talents, the one who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them and made 5 talents more. Now this is another, I remember growing up reading this line many times, and in my mind I was like, yeah, you know, this person went out and they traded their 5 talents and got 5 different ones. But that is not what this says. Follow along with me. The one who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them and made 5 talents more. I have my 5 talents, I go into the world and I use them. I trade my energy with your energy and we create something new together, and it creates 5 new things because we each are trading with, offering our unique way of being in the world, and together we create something. And that could happen one-on-one. That could happen with CSL Dallas as a community, that each one of us brings our talents, our gifts, our understanding of spiritual principle, and together we shift the energy, not only in this building or on this Facebook page or in our own community, but we create 5 additional ways to impact Dallas, Fort Worth, North Texas, the Southwest, the nation, and in fact, the world. Dr. Petra mentioned the daily prayer opportunity that's available to us to participate in with others from Centers for Spiritual Living. The opportunity we have to donate funds that go directly to people engaged with CSL in the Ukraine. I bring my talent and my gifts, the ones that I have, and I offer them and I combine them with yours and yours and yours and yours. And it shifts everything. At the same time, if I don't bring what I have, whether I think it's big or small, good or not enough, if I don't bring that which I have, then I am not contributing to create the world that works for everyone, let alone creating a life that works for myself. So this whole idea of there's no wrong way or there's no right way requires us to understand and to remember that we've got to bring it. We've got to bring what we do have. Each of our talents and gifts are different for a reason. I sure wish I could sing the way that Lainey does. Anybody else with me on that? Gosh, I wish I could do that. But Lainey can't roller skate the way that I can. And she wants to, right? So there's no right way except that it's your own way. Are you with me? Are you like, if you're online and this is making any sense, like put a Y or a yes in the chat or +1. Yeah, Tracy, I'm there. And if you're in the room, can I just like hear some feedback? Who's with me? Right? There's no one right way. There is just our individual way. Your life is your canvas, and you are the only artist who can make it into a masterpiece. I can't do that for you. Reverend Karen is amazing and is always reminding us to be love, but she can't make any of us do that. Your life becomes the masterpiece when you are applying these 6 steps that we are talking about to painting a new picture. And today just happens to be the step of remembering and actually becoming okay with the idea that there is no one right way. Many of you know Connie Williams in our community. And if you've been around her in a class or anything, you will hear her talk about being a potter or sitting at the, whatever it's, the pottery wheel, the potter's wheel. Thank you. I see all the artists who stood up. I knew somebody would know. So this is a piece from Connie Williams, and what I'm reminded of is that she had to sit at the wheel and be using her talent and tapping into spiritual guidance. Like, there is no right way. I don't think there was someone in the room who said, I am the teacher over all of you who are working and creating today. And Connie, you need to make this color, and you need to put these lines in here in concentric circles, otherwise it's not going to be any good. I don't think that happened. I think that she took it upon herself to use both ways that we practice and that we are aware of spiritual principle being activated in, as, and through us. We have receptive practices like meditation, like visioning, where we are allowing guidance to come to us. We're listening, and we're not just listening with our ears, right? We're listening with our mind, our body, our soul. What is possible here? What else can I do? Right? The song. What else can I do? What else could be true? What direction do I go next? And so we have receptive practices that we tap into, and they give us ideas, or they give us spiritual guidance, or we think about, without analyzing, how do we apply spiritual principle here? What do I do next as I create this bowl? The authors in our community, every book is different. We have Michael Brundy, who's written nonfiction, kind of, here are some spiritual messages and life messages. We have Robin Rowe, who has received lots of recognition, but she writes fiction for teens and young adults. We have Rebecca Wynn, whose book last year, 100 Daffodils, came out to rave reviews. And it was more memoir. It was different. And through receptive practices, each one of them received guidance about what direction to go, how to apply their talents. You can do that whether you're an author or a mom. You can do that whether you are a realtor or you are a musician. We use our receptive practices in order to tap into a soul's inspiration for the direction we might want to go or what we might want to do next. The other kind of practices we have, so we have receptive practices and we have directive practices. And you know, our favorite directive practice, and you can say it with me if you know it, is spiritual mind treatment. Affirmative prayer, we declare what it is we want, how we want our lives to unfold. We are directing the flow of the universe to go in a certain direction in order to deliver us what we want, in order to manifest the kind of life we want. But it's not the only directive practice. When we do a vision board or a treasure map, we are directing the flow of our consciousness on the things that we want or how we want to be or the next thing we want to learn. When we journal, sometimes journaling can be receptive if I'm doing like morning pages where I'm simply capturing what is in my mind when I wake up. But journaling can be directive when I am focusing on how I want my life to be, and I'm writing it down over and over again. And the another directive practice that most of us are familiar with is affirmations. Oh, you know, those little simple things, those little sentences. I am a beneficial presence in the universe, yes. Right? But what I'm doing is I am directing my attention, I am directing my use of subjective mind, I am directing it toward something very clear. And the authors I mentioned, Michael and Robin and Rebecca, they used both. Receptive practices. I'm a writer. I want to give my talent into the world. I have a message to deliver. What is the message that needs to come through me? Is it a book? Is it a poem? Is it a song? What is it? And then having that intuition as a guide, I can tell you for a fact, each one of them do what all of us do. Then they got really clear. I am an author of a New York Times bestseller. If any of you have heard Robin Rowe's story in Foundations class, she claimed she would finish a book and it would be on the New York Times bestseller list, or it would receive recognition nationally and worldwide. And she never let go of that. She kept affirming it over and over. She had practitioners affirm it with her. She had people who were in her Foundations class claiming it as true. A year and a half later, it worked. That is what we are talking about when we are saying 6 steps to paint a new picture. Doesn't mean it happens in 6 minutes or 6 days. It may not happen in 6 weeks or 6 months, but it begins as we apply each one of these steps that are being added. And here in week 3, the step is to remember that in order to get to conscious creation, there is no single right way. There is the way that works for you as you apply spiritual principle and spiritual practice. And it can be so much fun. It can be as fun as dancing, even when you say, I can't dance, right? Because you try it. You do something a little bit different. So if you are going to apply receptive practices and directive practices, it results in you consciously creating and not, I'm not going to use that phrase, consciously creating instead of simply sitting on your couch eating bonbons and saying, oh, God will take care of it. Oh, it's going to happen. I said a prayer 2 weeks ago. Because there's the law. The law must deliver what I say I want. And you know, I went to prayer after service with a practitioner, either in the peace room or online in the practitioner's Zoom room. And, ooh, you should have heard that prayer Faye did for me. It was amazing. So I know it's going to work. No, I have to do my own practices as well so that I can consciously create. I am not a victim to the universe. I am a visionary who has talents and gifts and direction, and I am claiming that now. So it requires you to both listen to the voice of spirit or the message of spirit and choose what direction to walk. It requires you to think and have a mental thought about what it is you want and who you want to be, and then act. You cannot just do one or the other. You are doing both when you are moving forward. And sometimes that requires you to follow the flow of what is being delivered and the conditions around you. And sometimes, instead of simply following, it requires you to lead and have others follow you. Does this make any sense at all to anybody besides me? I'm not sure. I know I get confused sometimes, or I forget that it is my responsibility to not get caught up in the hypothetical, theoretical, right way to do a certain thing, and instead to use my spiritual practices to decide, where do I go next? What do I do now? Great philosopher, Tupac Shakur. Some of you may not be as familiar with him as others, but in a poem that he wrote, in fact, let me read the whole poem. And you'll hear these words that you see on the screen, you'll hear them near the end. Oh, look at that. I don't know that I know how to fix that, but I know that Ryan is the master of fixing things. Yay, Ryan, yeah? And this is a perfect demonstration for this poem. I could not have planned that better. Maybe, I digress for just 30 seconds. If you are with us maybe a year or a year and a half from now, and I am giving the talk, you may see me actually plan that. And you'll be able to say, oh, I know where she got the idea for that. Because this poem is titled, If I Fail. If I make a mistake, if I fail, if things don't go right? All right, here we go. If in my quest to achieve my goals, I stumble or crumble or lose my soul, those who knew me would easily co-sign there was never a life as hard as mine. No father, no money, no chance, no guide. I only follow my voice inside. If it guides me wrong and I do not win, I'll learn from mistakes and try to achieve again. When we actually understand there's no single right way, we stop worrying about making a mistake. We stop worrying about hitting the wrong button on the remote. We stop worrying about whether we can dance as well as someone else. We stop worrying about whether we can sing like Lainey or paint or design like Terry or teach Emma Curtis Hopkins like Reverend Patty. We stop worrying about that because we recognize when we are following the voice inside and not the voice of our parents, our mothers, our teachers, our neighbors, all the people who are telling us what we should do and how we should do it, that the voice inside will give us what we need to take the next step. So this week, as you're going forward and thinking about Who do I want to be? What is the new picture I am painting through the way I live my life? Remember that there's no one right way to do it, and you can follow your inner voice. Step one in this six-step process that we are going through these 6 weeks, it all begins with desire. Listen to your desire, claim it, and follow it. Second step, remember, yes, I am creative. I get to create this life. And step 3, there is no right way. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. And so it is.
Whew, I love that. Okay, I have my job to do now. So, thank you for inspiring all of us. Really, holy moly. It's fabulous. So our core council is at a core council retreat, and they're doing amazing work for CSLDallas and for all of us and all of you, whether you're in the room and those of you who are online. And so there's so much happening as we feel as though we're slowly but surely waking up into the fullness of CSLDallas. And we're so grateful for your support. Whether you only see us online, whether you're starting to tiptoe back into the building, whether you're remembering that, coming occasionally would be a good habit to get into, we just love, love, love the way in which CSLDallas is expanding and growing every day. And it's so powerful to be in community with you together. So as we prepare for the giving of our gifts, our financial gifts, join me as we say our abundance affirmation together. I am certain that the divine intends only good, only abundance for me, because it is the very essence of life and givingness. Divine abundance is forever manifesting in my affairs. I know that I shall prosper in everything that I do. And so it is. And in that prosperity, one of the ways in which we prosper ourselves is that we prosper life. We give, and we give joyously and freely, allowing that circulation to spread the joy, to spread the truth, to spread that which we know and have come to love, to continue to grow it and build it for ourselves, for each other, and for those that have still to find CSLDallas. So if you're online or you have your phone, you can text give. The number is on your screen. You can also use the QR code, and you can always go to csldallas.org/give. And for all of you who have your tithes and pledges and gifts on auto tithe, we super also are grateful for that. So thank you for all the ways in which you give and support CSLDallas. All right, so 2 things. We have 2 wonderful things going on here on campus after the celebration. The first is the bookstore. If you go through Barong Lounge here, we have our book sale in the 2 classrooms, the STEM room and the reflection room. Fabulous books. The big hardbacks are $8 instead of $30 and $40, and everything else is $5. So fill up for your gifts, for yourself, for your library, for anything. Class books, they show they're on a separate table. If there are Ernest Holmes and Science of Mind books you're missing, there are some of those. So please take advantage of it this Sunday and next Sunday. Also, as Tracy said, Terry Becker will be in Pankey Hall in the Artist Gallery to talk about her art, which is fabulous. So see her there after our celebration. And today is a day to get involved. It's time for us to start getting involved and volunteering back here at CSL Dallas. There are a number of amazing ways, lovely ways, simple ways that you can get involved. The very first one is to speak to Kirby, and that's Kirby@CSLDallas.org. If you are online, email him to speak about singing on Easter. We will have an ensemble or a choir if we have all of you sign up. We have a really special and fabulous celebration planned for Easter Sunday. Cornell will be with us, Cornell Kinderknecht. We haven't had him, been able to have him for a year, I think. Plays amazing. He owns 62 flutes, okay? I mean, it's amazing, right? So he's going to be here, and we have some fabulous music planned, some inspiring things, some very special artist guests who we're not going to tell you about. So, yeah, it's going to be very cool. It's going to be so if you want to sing, if you've always wanted to give your gift that way, please see Kirby. We also are looking for stipend positions in Joy Village. We have a 4th to 6th grade teacher that receives a stipend. We're looking for 2 to share the role. And also we're looking for some folks that can help with the checkout counter, which is a volunteer position. So you can go back to Joy Village, or you can email Stephanie at CSLDallas.org. Please see her today. Our Joy Village is continuing to also wake up with our kids coming back, and so we need you. We need you. We need you. Don't think that just because it always looks great that we're not paddling like hell underneath. So we could paddle less hard if you all were involved in the thing. So sign up today. All right. Remember that you can get a spiritual mind treatment. For those of you online, please look for the Zoom link in the chat right now. You can go there and you can get spiritual mind treatment about how to move through this idea that there's only a right way to do it, to get some affirmative prayer or coaching in anything that you might be facing today. And for those of you here on campus, go across the way to the Peace Room for the same. We also do have some coffee and snacks over in Pankey Hall, or you can get your coffee here in Brong Lounge as you make your way to the book sale. All right, so we're going to close now by contributing our consciousness once again to being a stand for peace. Please stand. Please join us at home.